It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Friday, the 11th of May. I'm Michael Groff. Dry and windy conditions coming into the southwest today. Slightly cooler temperatures as well. The real cooling trend comes in here this weekend. Temperatures going below average. And we'll see a slight recovery in temps for at least the first half of next week. Let's get out and talk about it as we look at the almanac from yesterday. 106 degrees, the high in the valley, after a morning low of 74. See that record high of 111. Luckily, we stayed shy of that. Outside right now here at 7:55 a.m. under mostly sunny skies, we're at 81 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 36, humidity 20%. The winds are light. The barometer is steady. Temperatures across south central Arizona this morning, 70 degrees, the cool spot in the valley right now over toward Buckeye. Most of us upper 70s and low 80s right now. The water vapor satellite, we've got a trough moving into the Great Basin, and that will be the main weather player for us over the next 24 to 48 hours or so, ushering in windy conditions and cooler temperatures. On the watch warning map, you take relative humidities that are down into the single digits and teens, combined with increasing winds, and you've got a high fire danger, and that's why we have red flag warnings here in Arizona, as well as much of New Mexico, West Texas, Oklahoma, southeast Colorado into Kansas. Wind advisories from Southern California through much of the Great Basin and out into parts of the Plain States. Convective outlook for today. A slight risk of severe storms around Cheyenne and Laramie, Wyoming, with a marginal risk for some of the adjacent areas. Another marginal risk zone across parts of West Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. And precipitation for the next 7 days, forget it. Nothing here in the valley, nothing statewide as our dry weather pattern, as is to be expected this time of year, continues. Let's talk about it as we go to the models. Check it out. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The upper look at 500 millibars. There's our deepening trough across the Great Basin today. And down at the surface, it's an increasing wind event this afternoon. Southwesterly winds picking up between 10 and 25 miles per hour, with gusts as high as 35 to 40 miles per hour here in the valley. Certainly there will be areas of blowing dust across the deserts of southeast California, southwest Arizona, but patchy blowing dust certainly possible here in the valley. High temperatures, upper 90s to near 100. Tonight, mostly clear, windy in the evening with those wind gusts around 35 miles per hour. We'll start to see winds slacking off overnight. Lows in the 60s to low 70s. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny and cooler. High temperatures, upper 80s and low 90s as that trough remains well to the north of Arizona, but certainly the cool weather will be pulled on in here. Cool for this time of year, I suppose. Sunday, mostly sunny. High temperatures a little bit below average. Upper 80s to about 90. Then on Monday, we start to see a small recovery in temperatures back in the low to maybe even middle 90s. Middle to upper 90s on Tuesday. Troughing remains north of Arizona. Wednesday, we're in the upper 90s to near 100, and about the same thing on Thursday, but we do have another low diving down the west coast approaching us. We see that a week from today. This is Friday, the 18th of May. Pretty good blocking pattern setting up with the old Bermuda High off the east coast there. Very summer-like pattern for them, but here in the southwest, we're going to have a low that's hanging around for a while, and the model trends looking a little bit more favorable for this now. Certainly, we're seeing some consistency out here, so the latter part of next week might start to see some cooler and windy conditions develop. High temperatures falling back below average again, if this is right. Here's Saturday the 19th, and again, we've got troughing here over the southwest states. Wouldn't expect to see any unsettled weather here in the valley from this, just somewhat cooler temperatures, but maybe chances of rain just north of the state or perhaps in far northern Arizona. And then this is the end of the 10-day forecast period, Sunday the 20th of May, and this certainly looks like the potential of cooler than average weather continuing. High temperatures probably upper 80s or low 90s at this point. Let's check the numbers coming off the GFS ensemble through the period. Indeed, it does have us cooling off this weekend, and I might even expect to see a high in the upper 80s one of these days. We'll see. And then gradually warmer for the first half of next week, then another dip in temperatures thereafter. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here on Monday morning. And if you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Otherwise, be safe out there. Stay cool. Stay hydrated as always. And you guys have yourselves a great Friday and a great weekend, everybody.